May 19th, the birthday of Peter Townsend. You know, this video, I'm not going to attempt to do some kind of huge retrospective video about how much Pete Townsend has meant to me personally. I am going to just kind of riff on a few songs, albums, comps that I think, if you don't know about these, if you don't have these in your collection, if you are curious about the impact that Pete Townsend has made on music lovers around the world, I welcome you to seek some of these out. Go stream some of these songs. Do some comparisons on vinyl versus your favorite streaming service, if you have a vinyl setup. And I'm not going to get into some kind of a snobbish, hey, did you hear that CDs are back? I don't know where that came from. I've been watching too many vinyl community videos. Back to today's topic. First of all, Pete Townsend is one of the best, one of the most tasteful, one of the most powerful guitar players in history. And I just want you to put on, where are we? I want you to put on track 1, side 2. Pure and easy, 2/3 of the way into that fantastic song, which was originally earmarked for the Lifehouse Project. You'll find it on Pete's first solo album as well, in a slightly different, kind of a more twee form. This is the muscular approach here. And the guitar solo, the breakout guitar solo, breakout, emphasis on breakout, comes about 2/3 of the way through this song. And it is glorious. It is guttural. It is meaty. It is beady. That's something else. Pure and easy. Definitely check out this version. There's an album in my collection, and I currently have no less than 6 copies. Yeah, this is so obvious. If we're going to talk about Pete Townsend and the best of Pete Townsend, a lot of people are going to pull this. This just happens to be a very early, there's that UK bag, a very early track. This has got the Doug Sax mastering on side 1 and the Bilbo mastering on side 2. It is dead silent. It is near mint. It was an eBay find about 3 years ago for an ungodly low number. And of course I jumped on it. Now, I am a big fan of the first US Doug Sax cuts on Decca. And you can still find them. And they end with W-1, -2, and -3. I have one of all of those. I can't really discern a difference, but you have to find them in really clean condition, which is getting tough these days. The reason I pulled this is because, thinking about the video today, I just wanted to hear a track that I hadn't heard. First of all, I haven't pulled this record in a while. And side 2, Going Mobile. Oh my God. Jaw-droppingly good. And the effects and the pedals that Townsend was using on that song are simply incredible. The runs, the guitar runs, the lead vocal from Pete. Something to behold. If you haven't heard it in a while, put on Going Mobile. 1989, the Iron Man soundtrack to the musical. This is an oddball record, and nobody ever talks about it. But there are some gems on here. There are gems on every latter period Who record and Pete solo record that just need to be rediscovered or discovered for the first time, and you'll be amazed. You know, this was 1989. They announced when this record came out, the Who were going to get back together for a reunion tour. I think they were focused on Quadrophenia, doing Quadrophenia in whole, in its entirety at that point in time. They had special guests like Billy Idol, others that I'm drawing a blank on right now. Check out side 1, track 4, Dig. This is a Who reunion song. There are 2 of them on this record. There's Dig. The second song is on side 2. It's called Fire. It's actually not written by Townsend. I really love Dig, and it was fun to listen to this again as well. Brush this thing off. I haven't heard this in years. There's some fantastic just power chords from Townsend. Midway through the song, really nice lead vocal from Daltrey. Dig is the name of the tune. It's on this $5 record that is pretty easy to find. Eminence Front. Everybody knows that song, I would think. It is just sublime. The guitar tone that Townsend employs on the kind of the lead-in solo on this album is incredible. So good. And if you've seen The Who in concert, this is kind of the spot where Townsend will usually improvise that solo, usually to great effect. There's been a few bum solos that I have seen, equipment problems, etc. on YouTube, but usually he nails it. It's not always faithful to the recording, but what a recording this was. Often derided and kind of belittled. Who purists don't like it. I really do have kind of a soft spot for this record. Particularly the closing track on side 2, Cry If You Want. Again, slabs of power chords from Townsend, and an amazing outro solo that I wish they did not fade out. There's more there, and I would love to hear that kind of solo and whatever they had on tape or put on tape that day. Would love to hear the rest of that solo, but yeah, Cry If You Want. It's hard. The Who. I'm waiting on a Japanese pressing. That's how much I love this record. I love this QX2 cut. It is super clean. Sounds great, but I have been digging further into this and reading some reviews on the early Japanese pressing, so I might report back later, but Cry If You Want and Eminence Front, more examples of ungodly Townsend work. Last but not least, the Scoop 1 double album and another Scoop, which is kind of hard to find. These are just treasures of songs that never made albums. They are extra tracks that were supposed to be on some of Pete's solo records that didn't make the cut. They are parts of songs. They are intros of songs. There's a song, there's a recording on here that was meant to be a transitional piece on Quadrophenia that didn't make the cut. So, geez, these are really, really nice to have. Both of these came out originally on Atco. I have a specialty pressing on both editions. I need to look for the third Scoop collection. I don't currently have that, but wow, these are really, really nice, and hopefully you are aware of them or you've heard of them. This is definitely the easier one to find out there. I'm not going to touch on all of the current Who drama and who's drumming for the Who. They're doing another farewell tour. I kind of think that this will indeed be it. I hope Pete continues to kind of scratch his creative itch. I know he does a lot of theater work and stuff with his current wife, Rachel Fuller Townsend. I'm hoping for more solo music from Pete. That's what I'm really interested in. And maybe a small run of solo theater shows. It would be such a treat. Happy birthday, Pete. Thank you for everything.
Music and chamber classical music, you know, on that album, which essentially again coming from a blues quote unquote band. And Peter Green again, you know, a very troubled soul, like Paul Kossoff, very troubled soul, and a lot of that sort of sadness and melancholy permeates the songs, doesn't it? Songs like Oh Well and Man of the World are just kind of imbued with that kind of world weary, just, you know, just that kind of just get me out of here.